I hope we're all doing really well. Today, the 29th of August, Friday the 29th of August. It's going to be a really quick show tonight. I didn't know if I was going to do it or not tonight because it's my daughter's birthday and obviously family comes first. So I found a little bit of a snippet of time just to go through some of the stuff that I've seen today and some of the stuff that's just come out pretty much in the last 20 minutes or so. Now, there's stuff that's been coming out over the last hour about Antony to Betis. It's true, but that's still not done just yet. So that's still not 100% still gone through. It is going to happen, but people have jumped all over this like it's a here we go. It's not done. Danny B says hi, big up to JB, big up. Danny B in the chat, my friend. Hope you're doing really well. So this is literally just going to be a quick overview today. Found a little gap today. I've been looking forward to doing this all day after a busy day. Going up to London with the children and the family today. Good evening from here, Manuel. Hope you're doing really well, my good friends. So where are we? As an update, so this has come out from So this has been coming out for the last hour or so. I've seen this a couple of hours today as well, coming out from some of the bigger channels. Sky Sports have come out with this as well, and there is no doubt that Antony pretty much is on his way to Betis on a loan deal, 50% sell-on clause, salary, and all that kind of stuff is kind of looking to be done now. Looking at some of the other channels, not naming names, looking at Sky Sports saying that this deal was done. This is not done. Okay, this is Fabrizio Romano himself, the GOAT, coming out in the last 15 minutes, basically saying, confirming this. My advice for to join the race for Xavi if possible, and benching Xerxes is a big mess. Manuel, my friend, obviously respect your opinion, my friend. Xavi's not for me. I think Amorim, interesting quotes from Amorim actually, but for me, I am sticking with this manager. Lammens is done. Lammens is the one I want to hear. And there is a little bit of an update on that as well. So if you are new to the chat, don't forget to give us a like, favorite, and subscribe. I'd lose again with Division 4. It's a bit impossible because we don't play in Division 4. So I get it. Nice banter, fantastic. Thank you. We move on. I've moved on from that as well. We lost to Grimsby. We were awful. Fantastic, but we move on. We're not going to lose to another Division 4 team unless we play one in the FA Cup or we go to Division 4, which is not going to happen forever. So I'm not too concerned about that, but welcome to the chat. I'm JB. Welcome to the chat. This is the most amazing chat of what I'm going to say. It's the most amazing chat. James Smith, Ruben out. Not for me, friend. Not for me. Not just yet. Not for me. I'm backing this manager 100%. Now, people here can have their opinions. I'm not a dictator of this chat. I do not force my opinions onto you. I give you my opinions. I listen to yours, and we talk about things like this. So, Scott, Agent Scott, legend of the chat, and one of them was. What I'll always say is be respectful to the chat. Be respectful for yourselves. Come in here. We chat. We have a banter, a laugh. I find it hard. 8 wins in 32 games. James, mate, I don't disagree. I am with United fans who are want Ruben in. I think for me, people who want Ruben in are the ones that just want to do something different and want to back a manager and try to do something different. Okay, those who are Amorim out, I don't blame you because of the results, but we have to do something different. I don't know what that different is. I am not against you, in my opinion, and I don't think you're against me. And it's frustration, right? What the hell do we do together? Like, how do we get through this? Because we want the best. And the question is, I don't know. But the only thing that I want to do, in my opinion, is I just want to try something different. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean that you're wrong. Doesn't mean that you're right. It just for me, I just want to do something a little bit different. And if that doesn't work, then what the worst that's going to happen is if this doesn't work, we'll sack another manager. But I just want to go down a slightly different path. Onana, Bruno, and Maguire out. Bruno maybe next year. Maguire's fine this year. Onana 100%. I'm finding it hard to get, James. I agree. B, who's more famous, Emma Watson or Ronaldinho? It really depends on if you're going to talk to a Harry Potter fan who's never watched football in their life, Emma Watson. If you're going to be talking to a football fan, Ronaldinho, I'd probably say Ronaldinho is probably more famous. Probably. 3-4-3 doesn't work. 4-2-3-1. James, in this squad, I don't disagree. I don't disagree in this squad. Overall, that seems to be the way football is transpiring, but I don't disagree. I think for this squad right now, I think a 4 does work better. But Amarin, I think, is going to be very stubborn in this. Yeah, if you have this joined, please don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Just double clicking the like button. Even if there's one thing that you've heard and hear from me or the chat that you like, give us a little like. It really does make a difference. Martin Fay, any update about Lammens? I heard they should get him in for 21 minutes. Yeah, so Martin, the second part to this was basically, yeah. So we're going to push. So we're basically pushing to get this deal done. So the update from Fabrizio is basically we're looking, and this is from Fabrizio. These updates you're going to hear are from Fabrizio, not out of my arse, not from Sky Sports. And I will give you an update on Antony because according to a lot of bigger channels, Antony is a here we go, it's done. It's not done just yet. It is going to happen, but it's not as clear cut as it's basically done. It's not yet. The board is trying to push to get this deal done. They're quibbling over a couple of million quid, Martin, and they're going to get it done. I get it. They're trying not to pay the tax, but at the end of the day, 21 million quid, fine. You know, they want to pay 17 and a half. They want 21 million. I get it. So we're going to get this deal done. I've been consistent on here for a long time. Lammens is going to get done. It's going to get done. I'm convinced that unless something goes drastically wrong and then they want like 100 million, which is not going to happen, right? That deal is going to get done. Women don't know Ronaldinho, so they think Emma Watson because of Harry Potter. Probably. I don't know. I like this strictness, but players can't have it. James, mate, fantastic point. Fantastic point. It's true. It is absolutely true. But what do? Do we... And this is just a question, my friend. What do? Do we keep on changing the system for the players? Or do we just go, no, we need to change the players for the system, but also concede until he gets his players, do we need to tweak the system? I think there needs to be some acceptance from the manager that whilst he can't play his system, it's almost a bit like, right, if you need to do something, right, and you know in a year's time it's going to happen, but you have to persevere on with the thing that you've got now, right? But the thing you've got now isn't going to work. But if someone says to you, look, if you just change a tiny bit of this thing that you've got now, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be the thing that you've got kind of like next year. But if you just change this little thing now, it's not going to be the same, but it's not going to be as bad. You would change the thing now. So if I was Amarin, then what I would do is I would go and change the thing now, as you guys have said. And I think I do agree with that, is that what I would do is I would change to maybe a version of a back 4 for now until he gets his players in. And it's just the problem that United is 15th. Yeah, I agree with you, James. Fuck the back versus Grimsby. We've got walked over 60. James Smith, I get you, my friend, but that's not tactics, mate. That is not a formation. It's not, my friend. It's like, and again, you may disagree, and I get it, right? But in my opinion, is that if you're a Premier League player, okay, you're professed to be a Premier League player, and you're playing Division 4 players, you shouldn't need me to tell you what to do. And that's no disrespect to Grimsby. That is actually a positive for them. Like, we've got players in this team earning 300k a week. I shouldn't need to tell you how to play football against tier 4 teams, right? If I'm if I've got an accountant and I'm paying them 200k a year, and I've got somebody fresh from school and I'm paying them 20k a year, the one who's earning like 200k should know a hell of a lot more than the one who's just out of school. So this is not, for me, it wasn't about tactics. It wasn't about Amarin. James Ellis hit me as one of these. Really, really hit me hard. Is that this is about players. It fundamentally is, my friend. Lammens, I reckon he'll come in. Cunha is unlucky with scoring goals. Exactly. I think that will come good. Kenke says, I'm a Galatasaray fan. Lammens, I think will go to Man U, but I need a keeper. If Lammens come, mate, Onana, you can have Onana, and I really pray that he's good for you. I'm more than happily let you have him. I will take him to you myself. I'll take a flight. I'll go and get an EasyJet flight. I'll pay his cost. I'll sit with him on the plane, and I'll happily take him to your stadium. Happy days. I just left people wondering what's happening with Lammens with the length of time it's taken. Hopefully soon, mate. Exactly. Adam, the guy who presents you MFC channel, is dreading Onana in the next this year. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Adams, he seemed like a good guy, actually, to be fair to him. Yeah, but Lammens for me, mate, he's coming in. He's coming in. We've been consistent on here. We've not been up and down on it. Lammens for me has been the guy. He's coming in. If not, then we get these things wrong. But I just don't think so. I like the debate. Cheers, James. That's what you get on here, my friend, is debate, where we debate our opinions together. So if you have just joined, so don't forget to like, favorite and subscribe. This is going to be a quick show tonight. Give you an update on everything. So Antony, according to Fabrizio, and this is to counter everything else that's been going on for the last hour and a half, the last 6 hours, saying that Antony is a sort of, here we go, the deal's been done, the deal's been lit. It hasn't. Fabrizio Romano has come out in the last 25 minutes, half an hour, even, and I'm not going to name some of the channels' names. They've gone on to say that this is pretty much done. It is to a point, but right now Fabrizio is basically saying that this deal is not greenlit. This deal has not been agreed. There is no flight imminent, no medical booked just yet. They still have to agree. There is a semblance of an agreement in terms of a loan agreement. There is an semblance of some sort of pay structure and a sell-on clause of 50% within the deal. Now that is being put out there. That's the semblance of the deal. This Antony deal is not greenlit. It's not, here we go. He's not flying to Betis yet. Nothing has been agreed. Nothing has been greenlit. This is not me trying to be different. These are the facts. Fabrizio, people, and I lay down to him, and Fabrizio basically is saying, contrary to what's been put out there an hour and a half ago to 2 hours, this is Sky Sports, this is like whoever else. Fabrizio, look at it, look at the timeline. There is no green light yet, but the consensus is that it's going to happen. The deal, the contract or the agreement has slightly been leaked as to what the terms are, but there's not been greenlit yet. So it's a kind of premise before a sort of here we go. But for those channels who were saying that Antony, this deal is completely done and he's on a plane to Betis, he's not. He's not. The deal will get done. He is on his way, but just to be fair and to counter some of what is being put out there right this second, to be factual, that Antony isn't done. It's nearly there. It's nearly done, but it isn't there just yet. Is this new goalkeeper number one quality? Lammens, well, James, we're going to find out. He's number one for Antwerp. He's played 40 odd games. He played a couple of Champions League games. You know, he can't be worse than what we've got now. So it's either going to be, look, we're going to get a fantastic deal on a number one keeper, or worst case scenario, he becomes a number two, sell him the year after next, and we're going to make our money back. So this is a win-win deal. I really hope, that he does become a number one. I know Onana but he's played into best keeper in the world. Maybe Ken. That's what I'm hoping for, my friend. I'm hoping that is what happens. I'm really, really hoping that is what happens. It's me, Wolfie. How we doing? All good. Ethan JB and all the chat. Good evening, Rob. Lammens, New Courtois. Hopefully. Amaron out, Keane in. James Jones. Mate. Amaron out, Keane in. No, James. No, not for me. Betis wants him. They're just too poor. About I mean, yes, but obviously the deal's been leaked, right? But this deal, as contrary to what Sky Sports are saying, contrary to what some of the bigger channels are saying, it's not been greenlit yet. It has not been agreed yet. It is on the way to being agreed, but it's not agreed just yet. Did you watch the manager's press conference? What are your thoughts? I haven't watched it yet. I've literally just got back. I'll watch that and I'll do the watch along tomorrow. I know there's a blackout on games tomorrow, but there's a way to watch it, so I'll do a watch along tomorrow for that game. I'll probably go through the presser tomorrow. I'll go back and I'll watch it. Some of the quotes I have seen about it is that Amorim saying sometimes he wants to quit when his players are not doing well. Sometimes he wants to stay for 20 years. Sometimes he wants to stay for 5 minutes. Something. I mean, we can talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, some of the comments are, I get it. But I mean, Amorim reminds me of Fernandes. Is it a Portuguese characteristic? And that's not me trying to, lump everybody into the same thing. But if you look at Fernandes and you look at Amorim, I think they're very alike in the way that their emotions dictate how they play and how they speak. And I don't know if that's a Portuguese thing, if that's a Spanish thing. I don't know if, I don't know necessarily what part of the world that is, but I think more passionate countries, maybe like the Italians, Spanish, Portuguese, Latino, like Mexican, very sort of, very sort of passionate people, very sort of, they kind of wear the hearts on their sleeve, very like honest, very open. And I don't know if sometimes maybe that's what holds Fernandes back, maybe that holds Amorim back, that they're very passionate, very honest, and they find it very, very hard to hide their emotions. Unlike me or us Brits, sometimes it's easy for us, and then we put it inside and we don't really say what we speak at times. So, those comments, from what I've seen, I think those are from the press conference. Very, very emotional at times, and I'm not sure sort of how I feel about that. Anonymous Champion League finalist. Rasmus got cold feet. Looks like he's staying. Yeah, Joe. From what I'm reading, I'm reading like things that are out there. Like he is going to go. He's not going to go. Just before I went live, I saw the United stand. I think we're leading on Haaland is going to go as well. I've seen someone else leading it as well. So I've not. I personally I'm not going to come on here and lie and say that I've seen stuff. I've not seen that. The last thing I knew, he was on his way, and he just wants to go. So if that's changed, I'll check that out and maybe I'll come back on in a bit. But right now, Joel, I'm at the behest of you, my friend, another legend of the chat. Tottenham, Spurs, got nothing against Spurs. United are, check that. I mean, honestly, mate, like it's just a ban, isn't it? Andy, it's Friday night. What are you doing on here? Rasmus Haaland, here we go. Yeah, let's get. I think if we keep getting bad results, eventually he'll just walk. But I hope he can turn it around and we'll get behind him. He starts tomorrow. Exactly, Rob. I really, really hope so, my friend. I do like Amorim. Just need results fast. I was actually looking forward to this season after seeing the transfer. Now I feel worse. Bruno Ahmed is better than Tens and Cunha and Mbama. Yeah, I think the problem is, James, I think we're so stacked on number 10s, aren't we, mate? We're so stacked in them. But if this is what Amorim asked for, then we're going to need to start seeing stuff, right? Tomorrow's a win. tomorrow is a must win. You know, I'm still going to support him. I'm still going to be out. It's not going to be a flip flop from me. I'm not the biggest fan of that flip flop term, but for me tomorrow, it's a must win game where at home there could be no excuses. Tomorrow, I want to see freedom. I want to see us play with freedom. I want to see us play with pace. I want to see us play with energy. I want us to play for the fans tomorrow. I want these players to play for us tomorrow, and then we'll see what we get tomorrow. But Bruno Ahmad for me is a bit of a conundrum. I think he's really, really selfish. I think he's. I actually preferred him as right wing back. He's not. He is a 10. But let's give him Burma and Cunha a chance. But I do agree Bruno's better at 10. Ben Jacobs Rasmus has completed a loan with obligation to buy. Cool, amazing. If that is breaking, then that would be fantastic. Have to win tomorrow. The Glazers out. Fans, yeah, I agree with you on that one. What else was I going to say? So, yeah, so I just wanted to update on Antony, Lammens as well. So there's a big push from Fabrizio. James, we do because the reason why, James, we look bigger against better teams is because we've got players who can get up for that game. They can't get up for Grimsby. If Grimsby had Buffon in goal, we had a buffoon in goal, and that's all the difference. Ronin, legend of the chat as well, my friend. Yeah, the problem is I need commitment. It is, mate. It is lucky. We need commitment from these players. But it can't just be commitment to the big games. You have to be able to go to Grimsby on an August night where it's smashing it down with rain, and you need to be able to go to Grimsby and go, we can beat Grimsby. Like the Grimsby for me, right? The more I think about it, who would you start tomorrow, and what team do you think you will start, and your score predictions, please, Rob? I'll happily answer that question, my friend. Binder in goal. He has to put him in goal. I would go. I'd go Heaven. I'd go Delict and Yoro. I think we have to go those. I think Luke Shaw will play, but I don't want him in the team, but that's fine. Luke Shaw didn't play against Grimsby, so I think I'd have Heaven, but I think he's going to go Luke Shaw. I think he'll go Luke Shaw, Delict, a Yoro. I think he'll go for a Ahmad, and I think he'll go for Dorgu or as the wing backs, and I think he'll go for. I think he'll go Mainu. I think he'll go Mainu. If Mainu's staying, I think he'll go Mainu. I think he'll give the fans what he wants. I think he'll go Mainu. I think he'll go Fernandez, and I think he'll go Cunha in Burma and Shesko up front. If Mainu doesn't start, I think he'll go Casemiro again, but that scares me. I wouldn't do that, but that's what I generally think he'll do. So I think if Mainu doesn't play tomorrow, then I think it's going to tell you a lot about the next 2 to 3 days. You must raise game. I agree with you. Andres Francis Antony has not done by, but Andres, exactly. Thank you, Andres Franson. Exactly. Thank you for backing me up here. This is exactly what I'm saying. So as Andreas has just said there, and as I'm leading with on this one, Andreas is spot on with this one. I think everybody is jumping on this, trying to be first. Andreas is spot on. Romano at the moment, and you've got bigger channels than mine. You've got, and I'm not calling them out. It's an educated, pretty much they're going to be right. But Antony isn't done yet. There is the semblance of the deal was sort of being leaked or being put out there. It's going to be a loan with, I don't know what the fee will be. There's a 50% sign-on clause in that as well. The wages, they're going to have to cover the wages as well, but it's not being agreed. He's on his way, but when I say on his way, he's not on a plane. It's not been agreed. The medical as Mason Mount as well, Rob. I agree with you, but I think Mason Mount, because I think Mason Mount will be somewhere, but where does he fit in? Maybe next to Bruno, but I agree with you, Rob. It's not done yet. JB, here's my question for you. Yeah, go on. Why can't we sell plays? I hate going hat trick, but worth more than 40. Exactly, James. Because we're terrible at it, mate. We're dreadful at it, mate. We're dreadful. We're just shocking, mate. We've never been a selling club. I think our biggest sales are Cristiano still. I think Antony's like our fourth or fifth best signing. I think it's that bad. We're not a selling club. That's what we don't do. HJB Chulip says in 1878 to 1907, what was the picture? Oh, I can see the picture in my head. I can see the picture in my head, but you're going to have to forgive me because I have just come back from a long ass day. I can see the picture in my head, but I can't describe it right now. I can literally see it. But and I've got no screens on, so I can't shoot. I can't look at it. Feel free to put the picture into the chat. I can see it in my head, but I can't verbalize it right now. I cannot get my words out to verbalize the badge. So I'm gonna have to lay down to you guys on that one, Scott. But feel free to put it into the chat. Really good question though. Finally, some exits should have been done earlier, but Lammens could start for the weekend. It was a train. Was it a train? What am I thinking of then? I think I'm thinking of the. Was it a train? I'm gonna find that, right. I'm gonna put it up on the wall. So my plan, I'm just gonna swing this round. So my plan is to do something on this wall there. So my plan is to do. I've got a whole wall there, and my plan is to basically to do something on that wall there. So I like that. I'm liking that train idea as well, actually. So yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe I didn't know. Maybe I do talk out of my arse, Scott. Where are we? Running play sales has a lot to do with wages, club performances. Exactly. I understand it is hard to sell players on high wages, but gone actually, yeah. I mean, it's awful, isn't it? Please smash the like button. We are on the road. Yes, the steam train with Newton's Heath above it. I'm gonna have to check that out because I'm sure it's probably there in like the back of my mind somewhere, Scott. I'm sure I've seen it. But I like that though. Loads of shirts on the wall. I've got some ideas. I do have some ideas. I just need time to do it. Between this and work and stuff, I just need to stop making excuses and get it done. Just a quick one just before I go. It is just a quick one tonight. One of the things that I love to look forward to in my days is coming on here and talking to you guys and to do this. So whether for me it's like half an hour or an hour, it's amazing, and I look forward to this every single day. But tonight I'm gonna have to drop us early. But just before we go, give you an update. So I think Rasmus Højlund, tomorrow again we need to pass the ball more. Creativity, vision, exactly. We can do this. We really can tomorrow. So before I go, where are we? So Højlund, I think there's some confusion as to whether he's going or staying. I think he's going. I do think he is. I think there's not been Betis claim the agreement is considered withdrawn and no longer valid unless the severance package issue is resolved between. Joe, exactly, my friend. And so I'm glad Andreas has come on and you've come on as well. Thank you, James, mate. Absolutely amazing. I will beat you to it, Tom. We can't get back. Exactly. I'm still going to say it, Rob. Still going to say it, my friend. Exactly. Just Joe, I'm so glad that you've come on because that's exactly what I've led the show with tonight. Is that Antony is not done. I'm going to change the thumbnail after this as well, is because according to Fabrizio, everybody's jumped on the back of this. Some bigger things than ours have come on this. Fabrizio literally come out just before I went live and just said, this deal isn't done. It's not been greenlit yet. There are bits and pieces that need to be done. Antony's not imminent to leave. He's not on a plane. The medical isn't planned. This deal is far from being done. This will probably get done, but it's not going to get done. It's not imminent. And Joel, you're backing me up there, mate. So, you know, and this is what I wanted to sort of lead the show with, is that it may or may not get done. And that's the point, is that it is literally is not clear cut. So, Joel, as always, my friend, amazing. Joel, Antony's not happening. Do you know what? This is why, Joel, this is why I love the chat and what we do on here. So I didn't want to. Scott, thank you, my friend. It was really good, mate. Went to London today. Went to the Tower of London. Walked around London for the best part of 7-8 hours. I passed on all your like happy birthday. She was well chuffed as well. So guys, amazing. You know, yeah, I can only thank you guys for that, because, you know, she's absolutely over the moon. Wilson Indovu says hi. Hello, my friend. Joel says Real Betis is mate. They've been awful. So let's keep an eye. I think we've done the right thing tonight. And one thing I did want to do tonight was just come on and just put the Antony thing not to bed, but to give a different opinion on it. Because as I just went live, I was just like, I've seen this, and I've seen so many people say this deal's done. This deal's done. It really isn't. Rasmus, I think that's an interesting one. Obviously, Joel, again, you know, you've come on and said that he may have got cold feet. I've been hearing that as well. I think we need to watch that one as well. And then what's the other one? Semi Lammens as well. It looks like, according to Fabrizio, we are trying to push this deal. We're basically trying to push this deal. Push it. And I think we'll get that deal done. So we're going to see. I don't think a centre midfielder comes in. I really don't. Unless we can do something amazing in the last 2-3 days. I just don't see it happening. One leaving looks to be Malacia. Joe, amazing. Rob, would you be happy if Antony is backup left wing back? I hope he gets moved on. I don't think he plays, mate. But do you know what? If we've got to keep him and he's in, what can we do? I mean, it's not our fault. We can only react to what happens. I think him staying will make the club look like we are just a bunch of absolute clowns, as they always do. So, yeah. So, fingers crossed. So, yeah, Antony, Joel, mate, I'm backing me up tonight, my friend, as always. The Antony stuff isn't done, as we said at the top of the show. I wanted to come on. Antony left wing back after the game. He gave Ruben the finger. So yeah, he'll never play. Exactly. You know, I just can't see him playing again. But I don't want him to play. But you know, shocking. So yeah, Agent Joel, Agent Scott, Subtle Footy says hi. Hello, my friend. I'm going to cut a player for an edit, please. Can you give me slightly more context? Hope we don't fold for Antony's demands, reject Betis and force him to sign the Turkish club or Saudi. Running, my friend, that might happen. I think that might happen. I mean, but all reports, all the other channels, and this is not me calling them out, right? This is, I get it, but this is just a example. They've rushed on this Antony. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Fabrizio literally counteract all those Sky Sports, all those people that went live hours ago on this. It's not a done deal yet. It's not a done deal. It really isn't. And Jar is spot on in this one as well. It's not a done deal. Nothing's been greenlit. Antony's not due to Betis. He's not going to have a medical yet. He's basically still in this country, and we're going to see how that plays out in the next couple of days. So if anything does break, I will come back on. Of course I will. Thank you for watching. as Rob has always said, one thing in this life is you cannot buy time. It's really important for me to say this to you guys because it's so true. And if you saw yesterday's show, there's so many amazing people on there sharing stories about, there was a member on there yesterday who's talking about cancer, talking about his stage 3 cancer. I'm not going to name his name because I just don't think it's fair to name it on this stream. Temskin's in the chat, as you always are, my friend, naming your players, and I think that's great. Stage 3 cancer, and then we got on to a conversation about how people have lost their mums, lost their brothers to cancer. I've known people that have died. Hesty 13. I think it's really, and that's why more than ever for me after this show, it's really important for me to acknowledge you guys and say thank you for being here. You can't buy time in life. And whether you've been here for a minute, a second, an hour, giving me your time is precious. Really means a lot to me. And the chat, and the fact that you're spending your time with me, and the chat is, I cannot explain to you how amazing that is and how humble that makes me. Quick score prediction for tomorrow, JB. I'll tell you what I think. And I think that we win. I think we win 3-1 tomorrow. We have to win tomorrow. So I think tomorrow, Rob, 3-1. I think we're going to see Cunha in Burma, Shesko. I think Cunha scores tomorrow. I think Bruno scores. And then here we are. So guys, I'm going to go. All of you in the chat, it still amazes me how many people in the chat. Thanks to you all. Amazing. I will jump back on tomorrow now. I will do, I'll watch along tomorrow for the game. And yeah, have a good rest of your night, morning, evening, whatever you're doing. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family. And of course, I'll see you very soon on the next one. Take care.